It's your host, Karma, back again after like 3-4 months. I do apologize for being gone for so long. But, to make things clear, I had to take a big old break from doing this for a while because we had a bunch of things going on just to try to find some extra stuff to do. And it took a lot longer than what I thought. But anywho, let's get ourselves into some friendly good old nightmaric Crash Bandicoot. Not modded or anything, but you get Crash Bandicoot, Crash Bandicoot 2, and then Crash Bandicoot Warped. I'm going to start off with the original Crash Bandicoot, just to have some fun. It's been a while since I played Crash Bandicoot, but I figured I'd do it for you guys, just to have some spice to it. Oh god, it's...
But Dr. Cortex, we haven't
boy.
determined the cause of past failures.
Moron! This Bandicoot will be my general. He will lead my Cortex commandos to world domination. This time, I shall reign triumphant.
It's been a while since I watched the cutscene, so apologize if I'm being quiet.
We are closer than ever before. Quickly, into the vortex.
Dr. Cortex, the vortex is not ready. We have no idea what it could do.
Oh no, Crash! Get out of there!
Failure again.
Okay, so if it's a... My logic behind this is that if it's a machine made out of energy to amplify a person's power, how do they fit a camera to look inside this person's face? Or this animal's face, to say at least. That's what I'm trying to figure out. But anyway, Insanity Beach. Good old return. Everything just feels so weird. Now, as far as I've seen, it just seems like everything looks a lot better. I haven't played this in a while, so I forget what it looks like. I'm just used to the old PlayStation 1 look of everything. Well, at least the sounds are back and the same. Nothing up there. Hey, Mr. Crab, could you, like, move back this way? Thank you so much. That works for me. Or was that how I always did it? Was the second crab? I forget. Alright. Oh god, I just trying to remember all the controls just for like this game is just... I haven't touched a Crash Bandicoot game in a while. Okay. Because even if I'm not close enough to it, it will set it off. Just like the first 2 boxes or 2, so it'll mess up my momentum. I always hated doing this part because I always screwed up. Okay, I got 2 boxes the other way. There we go. First level, first jump. Oh boy. Oh yeah, because I have the DLC, I also got Stormy Ascent, the hardest level in Crash Bandicoot. If that would be something you commented below the video, and I could start recording some of that. It's probably going to take me about a good old hour to complete because it level is really hard. So, yeah. Excuse you, mister. Are you wanting some treats? Is that why you keep trying to chew through the bag? Give me 1 second, guys. Alright, there we go. Now, for those of you that are new to the Crash Bandicoot community and have never touched one in your life, basically the concept behind this is that you travel through each different level, destroy every crate while dodging enemies, and the first one is a little bit different than every other Crash Bandicoot game you probably have seen, because the concept is the same except for the fact that there's no crystals, no, what is it? And you'll notice that this one right here has like a green missing gem. Basically, you have to complete one of the later levels for a colored gem, and once you collect that gem, you come back to the level that needed it, and then you come back and get the actual gem for that level. It's a bunch of backward-forward motion, so to speak. It was just a nightmare trying to get through this. Like on the original PlayStation 1, like everything would respawn just the same as this, but you would also have the risk of dying a lot more. And plus, you didn't have the 2 Wampa fruits coming out for every jump. You had to like wait a whole 10 seconds for just the 10 Wampa fruit to come out. And that's also a different thing, was that whenever in the bonus levels on the PlayStation 1 versus on the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 1 version, she would stay up here and not get captured by Cortex, whereas on this version she would. So, continuing on with the Adventure. Ooh, I barely made that one. I always cut that one a little too close, and I don't know why. Now you'll see here that this says 40 out of 43. That's basically what I was talking about, was the gem thing. If you don't get it, you'll miss out on a couple boxes. And Crash will be pummeled in the head by a bunch of missing boxes. So, I mean, beginning islands are fairly easy. It just all depends on how fast you take it. The other difference here is that this actually comes with save files, versus on the original one you actually had passcodes you had to save. So that was also something fun to do. It's like you have to actually write it down for it to save your progress, instead of doing on here. You'd be able to just save the progress. You just pick it up later. Of course, you had like a 24-digit passcode. It seemed like, was it a 24 or was it? It was either a 24 or a 20. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I just remember that you just had to make a. You didn't have to make one. You had to write it down because it comes pre-generated. There we go. Another thing that's also different is that you still have to touch the Wumpa fruit instead of like. Oh. No. Well, this is quite the predicament here. That's just embarrassing. I don't normally miss any crates. But I think this is also one of those levels that you actually have to come back anyway. If not, I'm just a freaking klutz. And I'll just come back for it later. I hate those guys with the shield because, as you saw earlier, they bounce you back. Alright, Tanya, what do you got for me? There we go. But I like the bonus levels. They're a lot easier to maintain on your Wumpa Fruit and your lives. It just makes it easier to have the extras that you need. Though I wish that for the first one, they didn't do any of like the bonus levels, just to give it much more of a challenge. Yeah, I would have had to come back anyway because it's missing the yellow gem. Because you can see there's an extra platform on the other side. I'm sorry, Crash. I didn't mean to lose all 9 boxes, but I had no choice. The first level is like the introduction to the game, whereas this, so that way you can see, oh, if I collect all these boxes, I'll get this gem. But that's not always the case if you're like missing out on like a bunch of color gems already. You're already missing a couple gems. Now, since this is the Insanity, or the Insane Trilogy, I will be doing 2 and 3, but I want to complete the first one, first, and basically go in order. So once I complete 1, I'll do 2, and then when I complete 2, I'll go, do 3. But it just all depends on what I get done with first. Or how soon I do it, at least. Because I'm not gonna do any of like the levels offhand or off stream. I'm gonna be doing it like the same time I'm doing it with you guys. Now, as long as I destroy the boxes, it'll count. But if, for example, I don't think it'll count if Boulder destroys the crates. But I'm not taking that chance of finding out. Because I only need 2 more crates. And as like in every other video game you've seen, if you lose all your lives, then it's basically game over. There we go. This is one of those levels I'd be able to get an easy gem in. Now, if you're looking over there and you see that key, the little extra key that's down in the bottom left corner, basically what that one is that you complete the Cortex bonus levels, I do believe, and you'll be able to get a key once you complete it. At least I do believe it was the Cortex one. I don't remember. Well, now we get to be like a salmon and go a little upstream. Collect 3 face tokens to unlock the bonus round. Yeah, that seems about right. Slowly work our way upstream to be able to get to where we need to go. What are you? Aku Aku! Yeah. Oh yeah, I did notice too that the boulder level removed my extra Aku Aku mask. Like I wasn't even registering that at first. I was like, wait, why am I back down to the original? Because I remember the level before that I had like 1 Aku Aku mask left. Piranhas make some weird noises. Ah, whew. That piranha almost screwed me over. Ooh. That would look fun to stand in. Wait for you to come back. Why do you make such a weird noise? This is like you're gargling air instead of water. Like how a human sounds gargling water, that's how you sound. Oh, the purple one automatically closes. Ooh, this seems fun. And it seems like I'm going to be missing out on more gems too. Time for a bonus level. Now, that was also a thing too that I realized that for when you get the bonus tokens, you don't get those little platforms up here. You actually just like teleport right in. like Crash would make a weird noise. I think it was yeehaw. Like he would do the American Cowboy, and then you would just magically teleport right into the bonus level. Yeah. There's like 3 more boxes back that way, I think, because I think underneath the log, I think it was just an extra life. So, but yeah, we're back at it with all this issues of missing out on colored gems. And I think there's more than just like one level apiece that requires colored gems. Because of how big the first game was, I think it required you to have like 7 or 8 levels that needed colored gems. Body blows don't hurt him. Right. I basically already know how to defeat him easily because of a lot of practice on the original Crash Bandicoot. Basically this. It's basically the easiest boss ever. You're basically playing helicopter with Papu Papu. But on the original version, it was more along the lines of you couldn't hurt him again until he was done blinking. Like, he actually had a set timer. Like, you could bounce on him all you wanted, but once that glowing was done, that's when you actually get to hurt him. You got like immunity frames. Wait, what? Coco's time machine? Oh! That's right. Because then you could be able to have Coco just like help you out whenever you want it. I'm gonna do that for a couple levels. Just to see, because I think her moveset's the same in the first couple of games, but then when she makes her debut in 3 originally, that's when you could use her for like certain levels. But what Vicarious Visions did was that they made her playable for every level for all 3 games. Yeah, her moveset's basically the same. The circle button in the first game doesn't do anything. Except on the original Crash Bandicoot, circle was used for, also used for spinning. Whereas in every other Crash Bandicoot game, it was, oh, it's an embryo token. Cool. Every other Crash Bandicoot game, it was used for, sliding. Her reaction is a little bit different. I think I might have just destroyed the other token that was there. I think there was an embryo token back there. It's always fun getting like the extra Aqua Mask tokens because of the invincibility that you get. Yeah, hardcore concentration mode engaged, basically, because I haven't been talking for a little bit. I'm used to doing it for every Crash Bandicoot game. But also don't want to miss out on the other tokens. What, Life and Wumpa Fruit too. It's cool how they gave her own separate color to transition out. The purple stream instead of the orange stream that Crash shares. Oh yeah, I wouldn't have been able to do anything with that other token anyway, because it requires me to have other stuff. Give me 1 second, guys.
Hello?
Sorry about that, I had an abrupt phone call I need to take care of. But yeah, as you notice, if I miss a token somewhere early in the game, then I have to actually go back and do it all over again. But I would have been missing a bunch of crates anyway, because of, oh god, how was her reaction? Oh god. Oh god, I'm sorry. Yeah, the more crates you miss, the more the character responds. So, Crash would actually be laying down on the floor. Oh yeah, Crash is the one that has to do the hog wild. I would have loved to seen Coco ride a hog. I was thinking of doing some like Friday the 13th too, and maybe doing some good old-fashioned Bloodborne. But that's also depending on if that'd be something you guys want to see too. Oh god, I forgot what it was like to ride on the frickin' hog. Like, it's all one speed, but you also have to sweep from side to side just to be able to get the boxes you need. And then also dodging enemies. Yeah, this is like one of the only few levels in the original Crash Bandicoot that uses random sounds. Oh god. Oh, there goes my first death. Like, that one I was clearly able to clear out, but... Oh god. Like, I'm trying to time it just right, but I'm timing it, like, just at the late end of the shtick. Oh god. Roasted hog. Poor Huggy. He's seeing all his dead relatives. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, that one was like one of the few levels that required you to be able to try not to laugh at the audio file, because I think the developers of the original, which was Naughty Dog, I think what they did was that they tried to have a little bit of fun. They tried to do something really goofy with a good old-fashioned Crash Bandicoot, because, I mean, the original was their first, and they tried to make it as cartoony as they could with the, basically the audio files. Now, some of the audio files had to be reused because of some of the levels that were similar. Alright. But, I mean, Crash Bandicoot was like a PlayStation version of Mario because of how it was set up, because of the side-scrolling and all that. But they fixed it up in number 2. Well, in portions of 1 and 2. To where you could be able to play 2D or 3D. which I found really fun because I grew up on Crash Bandicoot before I played anything else like Mario or Spyro or Legend of Zelda. Which, oh yeah, speaking of which, for those of you who don't know, announced forever ago, like about maybe a week or two ago, Spyro will be released on September 21st. Which I do plan on getting and streaming for you guys because I also did play a bunch of Spyro, but I barely played any of the first one. So it's I played it with a friend that I grew up with on my dad's side of the friend line, and we played very little of it. We used to play just Twisted Metal 4. We would play a bunch of that, and so I played very little of the first Spyro. I personally owned 2 and 3. So that's how I liked Spyro, is because of Ripto's Rage and Year of the Dragon. But basically, once I do get the game and I do stream the first one, it's basically going to be like a whole new experience for me because I don't remember anything from the first one, like at all. Whereas I played Crash Bandicoot so much growing up that I remember all the levels. But yeah, I mean, after the first 2 Spyros, that's when I started playing it a bunch more. Loophole. Oh yeah, little bonus spot back here. A safe route past all this danger. That you probably would have noticed, but you don't really pay attention to. There we go. I hate jumping on the fiery platforms because you never know if you time it off and you accidentally get hit by the fire. It wouldn't even matter if I got all the boxes then, because I'm missing the gem as well here. Alright. Now, for those of you who are familiar with the Crash Bandicoot lines, you'll know that from Crash Bandicoot 3 onward, they introduced relics into the game, which were like time trials. For those of you who don't know too much about the relics, they're kind of the same fashion as like any other game that required you to beat time trials to get certain rewards and all that. You had like 3 different versions of the oh god, I fell all the way back down. That was not fun. 3 different versions of a relic. You had a sapphire, a gold, and then a platinum. I thought that was silver, but that was the last one. It was platinum. The better your time was, the better the relic looked. So in Lighten, for the release of Insane Trilogy, they brought relics to all 3 of the games. Which you're probably wondering, okay, that sounds cool, but in number 3 you had all the power-ups too. Well, I do believe they brought the power-up of speed to 1 and 2. I don't remember. Because I beat the game, but I don't remember. It was one of those where you play for the fun, but you also don't remember because you haven't played it in so long. Like after so many months of like not playing it, you like forget most of the stuff that you've done. Like that little platform there to the side, that's used for the stopwatch. It looks the same because of number 3. And I think also because of the events that occurred in number 3, basically the revisit to the original timeline. I think Coco might have brought that along with her. Because she always wanted to help out her brother ever since the events of number 2 and 3. But it was also one of those things that required patience as she tweaked the time machine. Because the time machine was originally under the control of Cortex and Uka Uka. For those of you who do not know who Uka Uka is, just basically look up at the top right corner. Where the picture is supposed to be, of like the video camera. That's Uka Uka. Which is kind of convenient because I've had this icon for about a year now. Because I started playing PlayStation 4 continuously last year. And since then I've had this as my profile icon because I like Crash Bandicoot a lot. That was a little too close. I felt my butt freaking collapse on itself basically. Like it was like sucking itself in. And back this way. Back this way. Okay. I had to make sure that it was going to explode. But yeah, for those of you who are still new to the Crash trilogy, or basically just new in general, Uka Uka is the evil brother to Aku Aku, which Aku Aku is the mask that I've been collecting for the entirety of the game. Because every good half needs an evil half, like yin yang. Every good thing has to have a negative occurrence to balance out the order. Now, for those of you who are curious, comment, what would happen if you fell off and died in the bonus level? Well, if you fell off and died in the bonus level, I think you would lose your Aku Aku masks, but you don't lose a life out of the main game. But what they also did was that because of the teleporting bonus levels, you were able to revisit the bonus levels to get those extra crates, making it easier on you. In the original Crash Bandicoot, if you fell off, yes, you would still lose the Aku Aku masks, I do believe, but you wouldn't be able to revisit the bonus levels. You had to re-go through the entire level just to be able to get it. Because gems were a lot harder to obtain in the original Crash Bandicoots than it were in the updated version. However, in the Crash Bandicoot 2 forward, if you died in a bonus level, you were able to revisit it no matter what, because the platform was still there. But in just the original PlayStation 1 version of Crash Bandicoot, you couldn't do anything about the bonus levels. Like, if you fell out, you're done. You had to go back. Oh, good old Ripperoo. Now, you'll see here that it says direct attacks don't hurt him. You actually have to use like big old crates of TNT, as shown coming down the waterfall now. Like that giant crate of TNT. Now, Ripperoo has a certain pattern to go by. Now he's going in a okay, so let me hold it. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's... There we go. There we go. Whoa! There we go. And there you go. But in the original Crash Bandicoots, they wouldn't do the little animation like they did for this one, where Ripperoo falls off the waterfall. It would basically just do his little yeehaw in the bonus level and teleport off to the next level. Now, if you see here, there's the green gem that we needed back at one of the earlier levels. So we're gonna go into here and it says break every box without dying to earn a special gem. I have to complete the entire level without dying once. If I die a single time, I basically don't get the gem. Like, right there, it was trying to give me an out, like, oh, you can complete the level without risk of dying again. But we need all the boxes to be able to get the special colored gems. That's... You probably noticed that the bats took a break, right? Well, that's a little different. I'm used to it being where you destroyed a layer of bats and then you go and continue. The bats would still be there. Like if I destroyed these last few, they wouldn't be there. But I think they fixed it to where now if you destroy both bats on the end, you get the all the bats to disappear. So yeah, any bats that are left over end up dying. Now you'll notice that I left behind that one embryo token. Basically for this level, I have to actually go and continue forward until I find a checkpoint box. Which would happen to be right over there. How I know it's that one is because, again, I've completed the original Crash Bandicoots. Ow. I don't like breaking my ankles. Oh god, now I gotta remember exactly how I did it the first time. There we go. I was like, I know how to do this, but I don't remember how to do it. Oh god, it's this part too. Because I'm trying to jump around without dying. Or else I would lose out on the, Wait. How come you're not back? I pressed the gem, or the exclamation point box. It's not timed either. And it doesn't do anything for anything farther back. At least I don't think. I'm actually lost. No, I'm at the very beginning. Alright. Ooh. I didn't see the Uka Master was there. Yeah, it set it off, so maybe I have to go forward more. Cause I thought you used to be able to get at that one and then go all the way back, and then. Oh, that's what it was used for those crits there. Well, no, because. I'm going to be missing out on a bunch of crates, so I don't know why I'm missing that one. Because I meant to get it first try. I'm so confused. No! Well, since I can't get all the crates, I might as well just forget it. Oh, this is the fun one. No! Okay, this is one of those examples where if I happen to time it off wrong, I lose my arguments. And I'm able to go back in. No! How do I do this one again? Let's try that again. Oh, I almost had it. It pushed me back out. But yeah, it's just a constant back and forth now at this point. Like, I know that it's not going to give me a better advantage of trying to get that embryo token, but it's the fact that I'd be able to just still get lives. There we go. There we go, now we finally got it. That'd be 4 extra lives. And there it is. Cortex Castle. I almost missed that. Now you notice that I'm missing like 23 crates. It's because of that embryo token that didn't want to spawn that box. The rest of them are just sitting back there. But anywho, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the video off here. If you enjoyed me playing Crash Bandicoot, please leave a like, leave a comment down in the video if you'd like to see more, and hit the bell icon to be able to keep up whenever I start streaming again. And if you have any suggestions of any other games, I would gladly take in consideration of it. I could do more 7 Days, which I do plan on doing. I could do more Fortnite. I do want to do some Friday the 13th, but that also depends on if you guys want to be able to see that. So, yeah, just give me some ideas of what you guys would like to see. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.